1 year ago today, Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger certified his state's 2020 election results. Despite mounting pressure from President Trump to steal the election, it's hard to say what would have happened if officials caved to Trump's demands. But the unfortunate reality is we could soon find out. On ballots across the country next year, big lie promoters are running to take control of their state election systems. And I take a closer look at some of them tonight in tonight's For the Record. First up, Carrie Lake, a former Phoenix television anchor.
I'm Carrie Lake with a look at the top stories.
Turned rising star of the right.
Former President Trump breaking his silence on the race for governor in Arizona, throwing his support behind Carrie Lake.
And big lie fangirl.
You could say Biden won the presidency kind of like O.J. is innocent. It's the same kind of...
Also, just so you know, not a huge fan of CNN.
None of this makes sense to me.
And then we have Kristen Karamo.
Donald Trump won Michigan.
Who Trump is backing to be Michigan's next Secretary of State.
Yeah, so I have President Trump's endorsement, which is massive.
As she repeatedly amplifies his lies about election fraud.
It is not right that hundreds of thousands of votes are allowed to be considered as lawful votes when we know they're illegal.
And when she's not yelling from the big lie bullhorn, she's questioning science.
Guess what? I'm crazy. I'm an anti-vaxxer.
Gender and sexuality.
There is no such thing as a person with two mommies and two daddies. That is just factually incorrect.
And condemning premarital sex.
When we normalize people fornicating and we normalize people living together with their boyfriends and girlfriends and all this stuff, we opened a door for us to get to the point where we have people want to normalize pedophilia. Neither Karamo or her campaign have responded to our request for an interview or for a comment about the views she's expressed. Meantime, four-term state representative Mark Fincham wants to be Arizona's chief elections officer.
By removing the fraud, Donald Trump won.
The Arizona Republic reports Fincham was there on January 6th for the Stop the Steal rally. There are also allegations he was part of the mob that stormed the Capitol. Fincham denies it. Then there's Nevada's Jim Marchant.
I need your help to take back the House and support President Trump's agenda to keep America great.
Who lost a court battle to overturn his 5-point congressional loss to the Democratic incumbent in 2020. Now he's running for Nevada's Secretary of State to, and this is a quote from his campaign website, overhaul the fraudulent election system in Nevada. And finally, we come to Rachel Hamm, who's running for Secretary of State in California.
California, it's time for something different.
They're afraid of the Rachel Hamms of the world.
I have built my life and career on telling hard truths. That's why I'm running for Secretary of State.
She's already got the backing of plenty of Trump Town residents, including Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, Michael Flynn, and of course, the My Pillow guy.
We know there was fraud. This election was stolen. Donald Trump is our president.
Rachel Hamm, author, self-proclaimed influencer, mother of four, and outspoken truth teller on satanic cults.
He twisted off the neck of the bird and let the blood spill out onto my property to claim my property and to exert the power of Satan over my home.
You know property prices are crazy when even Satan is having a tough time getting a foot on the property ladder.
When we do speak out, especially about satanic things, there's always people who come and will try to disrupt. Always. That's a sign of satanic activity. I promise you that. I've got some experience with it.
And sure, it's easy to laugh this off as someone with an overly active imagination, but Hamm is teaming up with other conspiracy theory spreading Republicans and running for positions in office that directly influence the outcome of elections.
It's going to be dominoes. It's going to be a series of things that happen, and I don't think it's going to be one in a day. It's a process, and that's hard. I get it because I love justice, but I think that the Arizona stuff is going to really be the first domino.
Apparently, for these Trump-supporting Republicans running for office, the only way an election is fair and free is if their candidate wins. CNN has reached out to everyone I just featured for a comment and asked them for proof of their claims that Donald Trump won the election. Rachel Hamm declined to comment, and we're still waiting to hear back from the others. But as we know, the election was not stolen.